Hi folks, Rick Wedell here. I'm the Chief Investment Officer at RFG Advisory in Birmingham, and we thought we'd come to you today with a little bit of a market update, just kind of let you know what's going on out there. Happy New Year. This is the first market update of 2022, and in the first couple of days of the year, market's down a little bit, about 1.7% to about 4,700 on the S&P 500. Still a fantastic year last year. Equity markets as measured by the S&P 500 up about 27%, which is really phenomenal performance. I would note that that is probably, once again, the world's best performing asset class. If you start to look at U.S. small caps, they were up about 13.5%. That is certainly a good year by any normal standards, but roughly 1/2 of the return of what we saw out of large caps. And international markets were only up about 5% for the entire year, so trailing the U.S. by quite a lot. I think that's important as you start to look through portfolios and you think about relative performance. A lot of folks compare their portfolios to the S&P 500 in and out every year, regardless of what that might look like, what the actual composition might look like. It's important to think about, there are other components of the equity market, whether it's international exposure, small cap exposure, growth versus value, et cetera, that go into your portfolio. So thinking about just a straight up comparison to the S&P 500 is not always that useful. In any event, though, it will go down as a very, very good year for equities. Transitioning to what's going on in the market right now, we have a lot of talk about inflation and a lot of talk about the Fed raising interest rates and pulling back on quantitative easing. Or, since quantitative easing was known as QE, we're now all talking about QT, which is quantitative tightening. And I get to use the phrase QT for quite a while, so that's fantastic. I'm very happy about it. The Fed came out with minutes yesterday that basically suggested it continues to be hawkish. They continue to look to raise rates a little bit faster than people expected, continue to look to take liquidity out of the system a little bit faster than people expected. That is partly a concern over inflation, but I think it is also partly a reflection of exactly how strong the economy is right now. The Fed can come out and say, yep, we're going to raise a little bit faster than everyone thought, and we're going to pull liquidity out of the system faster than anyone thought, and the market's basically flat on the news today. Bond yields are headed north in response to the faster tightening, but that's to be expected. So I think a little bit of a silver lining to that cloud. The Fed is certainly concerned about inflation. When you talk to most economists, however, they believe that the worst of it is behind us. A lot of the supply chain issues that plagued us through most of 2021 as we restarted the economy are behind us now. And so gradually we will see prices level off. I'd encourage people to note that, the way inflation works is an annual percentage rise. If prices just stop going up, then inflation goes to zero. So you shouldn't be looking for prices to fall across the economy. You just look for them to stop increasing, and we've basically tamed the inflation beast. So it's just something to think about in terms of percentage change versus absolute change. With that, as always, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to myself or to your advisor. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful 2022, and I look forward to talking to you again soon.
Thank you for tuning in. And if you're enjoying this content, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified when we post more.